And joining me now to speak more about this rehabilitation of refineries is the public affairs analyst, Peter Esele. He joins us via Zoom. Good to have you join us, Peter Esele. This approval of rehabilitation of the Port-Harcourt Refinery, the federal government approved $1.5 billion, has been received with mixed feelings. When you look at the worth of this refinery, what sense does it make to allocate this kind of amount for rehabilitation?
First, thank you for having me. First option is, there are two options before the government. The first option is nobody is ready to buy the refinery. The last valuation that was done by ENI was that they want the refinery for nothing. So second option was federal government will go ahead and fix the refinery and then privatize it. So I think what they did was to now take the second option, which is fix the refineries and then decide to privatize.
We haven't, and nothing has been stated in terms of privatization, but these are the fears, because privatization of this was of the refineries was always on the table. These are the fears that people have in terms of non-coherent policy formulation in the oil sector. We also have issues with modular refineries licenses that were recently given out, and we don't even know how far we've gone with the utilization of those licenses.
First, I agree with you. There is a huge gap. Policy inconsistency in the oil and gas is one of the major problems that we are facing in that sector. The other option is why I'm even confident that hopefully they will be able to bring these refineries to life in 4 years, because it will take them about 44 months to fix, is because there's no direct payment to NNPC. It is a contract that is going to be based on milestone, just similar to what the government is doing on railways. Most of those railway contracts are executed via the Chinese. They pay straight to the contractor. So that is why I'm a little bit hopeful that yes, these refineries will work. On the issue of modular refinery, it has to come with the policies. And because of these policies, you are not getting investors. And that's why you are not having people bidding to want to take over the refineries. Government don't have anybody wanting to take those refineries. If they don't invest to fix those refineries, the refineries are going to rot away.
But let me ask you, because I know you have been a player in the oil sector at some point. Where are we now with the utilization of the modular refinery licenses?
First, there are people who have licenses, and there are also modular refineries that are up. There's one coming up in Aba. So what they are looking at for is, if these modular refineries they start producing, how much are they going to sell the PMS? No investor will want to put his money in a regulated economy. What most of the investors are going after is, are they going to deregulate the PMS? In your earlier broadcast, you just made reference to over 100 billion likely going to be expended on subsidy in the month of March alone. So if you have investors who want to invest in refineries or modular refineries, first thing they're going to ask themselves is that if they are selling less than the landing cost or less than the purchasing cost, who is going to pay the difference? And if government will pay the difference, when are they going to get the difference? How are they going to get through government bureaucratic bottlenecks? So these are a lot of challenges which one was thinking that the PIG bill, when it becomes law, will be able to solve. But it's still, the more you look, the less you see.
So just a minute before I let you go, I just want, please be quick in answering this question, because people are really worried that this might just be one of those exercises that we've always had in terms of allocating money for rehabilitation of these refineries and nothing happens. What are some of the hurdles you think that we need to cross if we are to achieve this feat in the next 44 months?
Yes, one of the hurdles that I think we are going to cross, which I think I'm very hopeful that we have crossed, is that the money is not coming from the federal government. The money is not coming from NNPC. The money is coming from one of these financial institutions outside of the country. And wherever they put their money, they follow the contractor and they follow the money. So you will only be paid based on your timeline of how much you've executed the contract. So if you have done 20%, you get 20% payment. So the timeline and milestones payment are what is going to be made. That is why I'm a little bit optimistic. If it's all federal government, I think I'll just give up on it, because we've had several turnaround maintenance over the years that came from the federal government, that came from NNPC, and it didn't go anywhere.
Public affairs analyst Peter Esele, thanks for talking to us as always.